Hello and welcome back. We are now moving on to Season 2 of Buffy, since we have finished off Season 1. So, let's just go ahead and jump right into this. When She Was Dead. So this first premiere episode of Season 2, this kicks off Buffy's return from summer break, and Buffy has a little bit of an attitude in this one, doesn't she, Cora?
Yes.
But it turns out that her attitude is because of the fact she nearly did die during the season finale, even though she only died for like a second. Xander brings her back, but she starts acting like a future character we're going to get to know quite well. One of my personal favorite characters, Faith. But, I think this was kind of the legwork for the character we're going to get next season of Faith. So, I do look forward to that. But I feel like this episode is real heavy inspiration for what they wanted out of Faith. It's definitely a watch because it puts an end to the Master and all that storyline. So we'll see you all in the next. Did you like this episode?
Yes.
Is Buffy still your favorite, or did you have a new favorite during this episode?
I would probably say Willow.
Willow? Alright, well.
Buffy was just a little bit off.
Mean?
Off.
Oh. Anyways, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Bye.
Some assembly required. Episode 2 of Season 2. Okay, so this episode, to me, this is a skip it. There's not a whole lot that really goes on in the main plot. Actually nothing. This is just another little side story about this kid. These body parts are going missing. And, of course, the people behind it, they want to target, one of the main three girls, either Willow, Buffy, or Cordelia. And of course it turns out to be Cordelia. So Buffy has to save her.
I swear Cordelia is almost the main target. Almost.
Well, she was for this episode. But yeah, basically it turns out that this guy's brother died and he brought him back to life in like a Frankenstein way. And now they're going to try to build this Frankenstein brother a Frankenstein girlfriend out of other female body parts. So,
wait, is that how like they brought back the brother?
I guess. Or maybe he did it right away. I'm not sure.
Me too.
But a lot of things they were talking about didn't quite make sense. As far as, like, when they brought back the brother, because, like, it seemed like it was an accident. that killed him. So it's like, well, how'd you have everything ready to go so you could bring him back to life? But other than that, yeah, I would say this is a definite skip it. Not a strong episode. Not connected to the main plot in any way. I don't even remember a single vampire attack during that episode, so. Did you like the episode?
It was okay. I want to say skip it.
Alright. Well, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Bye.
School Hard, Episode 3, Season 2 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, I'm just going to start this by quickly saying, this is a definite watching. First off, this is the introduction to one of our main bad guys of the season, Spike. And we also get our first kind of real glimpse at something more possibly going on in Sunnydale that involves not just the new principal, but maybe even the cops as well. So the government might have a hand in this. So basically, Buffy is tasked by the principal to help get ready for parent-teacher conference night, or parent-teacher night, and meanwhile, this new vampire named Spike shows up, and he's working with the Anointed One, and basically the two stories collide when Spike can't wait for Saturday, for the thing that they're supposed to do on Saturday. So he rushes to school on a Thursday night during this parent-teacher night to get at Buffy and her friends.
Spoiler alert! They tried to bring back the master, but they failed.
That was in the first episode. We're on episode 3, Cora.
I'm sorry.
Spike has a companion with him, a girl named Drusilla. And, yeah, basically, I mean, I really like this episode. I like the introduction of Spike. I do like how it actually ends, too, with, Spike kind of betraying the Anointed One and taking over the vampire gang himself, or the vampires, by getting rid of the Anointed One. So, I enjoyed that aspect. It really makes him look like a badass, and yeah, I liked it. Did you like it?
Yes, but of course, if I believe so, during the episode, I got it mixed up as 2 movies. Or I said the other episode. I have no idea.
I don't know. But alright, we will see you all in the next section.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware, will Shane's quest achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
Alright. Season 2, Episode 4. This episode is titled Inca Mummy Girl. So, in this episode, foreign exchange students are on the way from different countries to celebrate countries and community, all that stuff.
Country Day.
What?
Country Day. Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
Country
And
Day.
there's also a new exhibit at the museum, which Buffy and her class just happened to be on a field trip. One of the bad kids, he damages this plate, which allows the mummy to come to life, and it drains him. It drains another person, which it just so happened to be draining the person that it could easily get into Buffy's home. I mean, that's like beyond.
Spoiler alert! It can transform into...
Cora, the entire thing, all of these reviews are spoilers. So, if they haven't watched it by now and they don't want spoilers, they shouldn't be watching this. So you don't have to keep saying spoiler.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, so the Inca mummy girl, she kind of sort of starts dating Xander, and then they suddenly throw in this little twist that she has to keep drinking like life force out of people, because that suddenly came out of nowhere. We did get our first look at, I think his name is Jonathan, and he'll be a main character in the future.
What, are you talking about the one who he's going to date Willow?
No. We also got to see Oz, as Cora's pointing out, who is also going to become a main character.
Oh my god.
But, yeah, we got a look at a future villain, and a look at a future love interest.
In the future?
Yep, probably the near future, depends on, I can't remember when they start dating. But anyways, yeah, so, alright, we will see you all in the next one. This one, you could skip this one, by the way, real quick. I mean, it's a watch or skip. I mean, we'll still see. I don't think, Oz actually starts talking to Willow yet. So, and the stuff with Jonathan is just so minor that it really doesn't matter. I think he has a whole episode in the future, devoted to his character, which is going to build up more. And I think they will maybe reference his appearance in this. But, yeah, other than that, we'll see them all later. So, we'll see you in the next one.
And I'll probably say watch it, because once the episode or season comes when this boy and Willow dates,
But we're not...
If you don't watch this episode, then you're gonna be like, when did this come up? So
They're gonna meet each other again. They haven't actually spoken to each other.
I know, but but I feel like you need to see what happens when people see the love entrance in shows or movies or whatever.
You don't have to see this one, though, because it has nothing to do with the main plot.
I know.
So that's why I said you could skip this, and all the stuff that they were slowly building up in this, you're going to see in other episodes. So it really doesn't matter, because this one isn't plot heavy. It's not related to the main plot. I'm talking about the people who want to just watch the main plots unfold and move on. And that this one you can skip because there's not much in the main plot. So, trust me, there are seasons way down the line where every single episode builds up to the main plot. And is very important. And you shouldn't skip a single episode. But these early episodes, I feel like a lot of it, they were trying to throw stuff at the wall. And weren't quite landing anything. So they put in a lot of singular episodes, filler episodes. And that's what this felt like, filler.
I'm just looking for the musical episode.
Well, that's much later down the road, and the more we watch, the sooner we'll get to it, so.
I think I'll probably be teenager by then.
No. Well, we're not going that slow. We're already on season 2. We should be through season 2, hopefully by the end of next week. So. Alright, we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye.
Alright, so we just finished episode 5, Reptile Boy. In this episode, Cordelia is dating a college guy, and she really wants to go to this college party, as she begs Buffy to go with her to this party because one of the other college guys is in there, Buffy, and basically Xander tries to crash the party, and it turns out that these frat boys are kind of serving this like reptile god-like creature demon thing, and Buffy has to destroy it in the end. So, what did you think of this episode, Cora? Did you like it?
We'll see if you liked it.
No, you say first.
It was okay.
It was okay? Skip or no?
You.
Cora, you can't just keep waiting on me to say skip or no. Did you like it?
No, did you like it?
Honestly, I say skip it. Because it's not that important. It feels like just a filler episode.
Yeah,
But
yeah, me too. Somebody give me skip me a bomb and put it up there. Okay, it's down there. This is skip me a bomb.
But anyways, alright, we will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Alright, so we just finished watching Halloween. Not the movie, the episode called Halloween.
Yes, that's cute.
She hasn't seen the movie Halloween yet, you know. The one with Michael Myers, the guy in the white mask who walks around and stalks the babysitters. Although maybe she'll prefer Freddy. Is he the one that has knives for fingers?
Stop it! And stop saying Freddy's! And stop saying the Freddy last name! I can't decide which Freddy you're talking about. I can't decide if you're talking about Freddy Fazbear or Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Stop it!
I thought you loved Scream.
I do like Scream!
I thought that was your favorite scary movie.
It is my favorite scary movie.
And I was just quoting lines from Scream. Anyways, what is this episode of Halloween about? Let's see. Do you remember, Cora? You want to...
Yes, because why not? So it's Halloween night in the school. Was it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. And then and Halloween night when everybody goes trick or treating, I guess there's this guy that sells
Costumes.
But later through the Halloween night, the kids in
And then,
like Buffy being a princess, and now Buffy is now a princess.
Yep. And Xander was dressed like a military man. And what was Willow?
I can't. Wait, no.
She was a ghost.
A ghost, and now she is a ghost.
Yeah.
But luckily, the only one that I guess the one who isn't who they are is Drusilla.
No, Cordelia.
Cordelia, I'm sorry. Get the
Because she was dressed as a cat and she bought her costume at another store.
Yes,
And so it's up to Cordelia and Giles and Willow to save the day. Without the Slayer.
yeah, because the Slayer was now a princess.
And Angel. Angel's kind of the heavy hitter force that protects them.
Yeah.
But, so did you like this episode?
It would probably sound like give me a Skippy bomb.
What?
I skip it.
I do not skip this episode. This is very important. There is a reoccurring character that it will be reoccurring throughout the franchise, and
I mean, this, if I believe so, this is mentioned sometimes, but it does. But for me, it doesn't really play out for the show.
yeah.
I mean, yes, they do mention like sometimes Xander or somebody says you remember when I was a soldier.
Yes, but we also are going to see Ethan Rain quite a bit, so I say don't skip this episode. It's your introduction to Ethan Rain, who will come back around. He actually is in the next couple episodes, so that's really important here. So anyways, we will see you after the next episode.
Bye, yai, 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 yai.
Hello. I just want to give a quick thank you. We have finally reached over 120 subscribers. And as I do whenever we get a new set of 10 subscribers, I give away a free digital code for a movie. So, here's this code. I hope that you guys will keep watching the channel and people will keep subscribing so I can keep giving away more. Best of luck to the person who receives the code first. If you could please comment down below that you redeemed the code, that would be great. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. Alright, so we just finished episode 7 of season 2, Lie to Me. So in this episode, Buffy catches up with an old friend from her old school, and long story short, this kid is part of this like little group or cult that is heavily into vampires. They want to become vampires, and so they lure Buffy into a trap where they hit the leader, the kid who Buffy knew from her old school, essentially is working with Spike. And Spike is supposed to show up at sundown and have the Slayer in this trap, all in the deal that he gets Buffy. And the reason this kid wants to be a vampire so bad is because he has a brain disease that is killing him. What did you think of this episode, Cora? Just say if you like it or not.
Skip it.
It's already going to be down there if we're skipping it.
Skip it.
Okay, so anyways, yes, just like her. This one's not that great of an episode. I mean, it was okay. It was interesting. It's got some funny moments with Spike. But other than that, yeah, it's not really that important to the story, so I would say skip it too. I just think the best part was probably with Spike. And it was probably when the kid, he's acting like, oh, this is a movie, you're a villain. you gotta say this certain line or it's not gonna work. And then he basically says, I want you to turn me into a vampire. And Spike just responds with, I can't even stand you for 2 minutes. I can't imagine an eternity with you. That was funny. That was probably the best part of that episode. So, all right. Well, we will see you. What are you doing? Stop.
I'm cold.
We will see you after the episode.
Bye.
All right. So we are back, and in this episode, Episode 8 of Season 2, The Dark Age, Giles' past comes back. People from his past comes back, and this is where we get more information on Ethan Rayne, who we learned in the Halloween episode used to be in a group or some kind with Giles. And it turns out that Giles and his little, group had basically tried to summon this demon for some reason, and they kind of locked the demon away, but it broke free, and now it's trying to get revenge on all of them. So, what did you think of this episode, Cora?
I would say not skip.
Do not skip?
Yeah, let's just put the not skip down.
I think all the ones with Ethan is really good, especially one of the later episodes. I think that's probably going to be your favorite one with Ethan. But yeah, definitely I would say it's up to you. If you've already seen this, I'd say skip it. But definitely don't skip it if you haven't seen it. So we'll just go with what Cora said. Don't skip this one. And with that said, I guess we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.
All right. So we actually we're going to just do this 1 and 2 because we watched these back to back. Because this was a 2-part episode. Cora's official first 2-part episode. I mean, she's had other ones that were kind of 2-parters. But this is the first one actually kind of titled as a 2-parter. And the title of episodes 9 and 10. We'll do 9 first. And then I'll kind of stop. And then we'll do 10. But, What's My Line? Part 1. And What's My Line? Part 2 is episode 10. So basically, in this episode, Spike brings a bounty on Buffy, and it's this group called the Three, and they're basically random demons or humans or some kind of bounty hunters that won't stop until one of them kills their target. And every time one fails, 2 more will show up. So basically they're like Hydra from the Marvel movies. Also during this, Buffy is really stressing out, because the school is having a career day type deal, and during this, Buffy's kind of down in the dumps because she's like, well, it doesn't matter because no matter what I do, I'm always going to be the Slayer, and I'm never going to have a career because I won't have time for one. But then we get a interesting little twist towards the end of this episode. Because this other girl shows up, and who is she, Cora? Kendra? I think that was her name.
Yeah.
Who is she?
I thought Vampire Slayer thing?
Yep.
Yeah, if I also, when Buffy got its hook and she got CPR, the other vampire came, and so now we have 2 vampire slayers.
Yep. And also this episode ends with, so Drusilla, Spike's girlfriend, she supposedly has been weakened somehow. I mean, she seemed fine. I mean, she does exactly what she's always done.
What?
Talks crazy, walks around, acts crazy. But anyways, but they're there. The whole point of this is that they're trying to find this ritual that will restore Drusilla, and they need a special ingredient. What's the special ingredient that Spike and Drusilla need?
Buffy?
No. They need the vampire that turned Drusilla into a vampire. Angel. And they need to drain his power so that way Drusilla can be powerful again. So anyways, so yeah, basically at the end of this episode, Angel is captured by Spike and his group, and that's when Buffy finds out Kendra is the other vampire slayer, and they're baffled as to how this is possible, because it's not supposed to be possible. Because they said only one slayer is supposed to exist at a time. So, alright, we will be right back, and